Karibuni sana back to Science Breakfast Show. And it's yet another new episode of PEPTALK Wednesday with me, NYAMBURA, and I had to repeat that one, Alan. Juna feel, nilikwambia na feel something.
Some type of way. You're
some type of way.
We are podding. We are podding.
Yeah, we are podding. And yeah, with Alan Herbert.
Yes.
Yes. How are you, Alan Herbert, after the first segment of breakfast show?
It feels like I am now ticking boxes on my KPIs.
KPIs.
Yeah.
KPIs inamaanisha?
Key performance indicators. Kwani supervisors wenu wanafanyaga nini?
Tusiende huko.
Okay, so
hata mimi niko na kali za Gen Z. Don't joke.
So the first segment was quite alright. It is only devastating that reading the news sometimes is very tiring because you read the same things over and over again, but in different angles. For instance, since last year February, we've been talking about the Ukrainian war. Until now, we're still talking about the Ukrainian war. Somewhere when this year was starting, we started talking about the Sudanese war. Whenever I'm giving updates of what is happening on the African continent, you're talking about people dying in Sudan in the war. So sometimes it's tiring. Corruption like that, yani hiyo ni kama ni fresh air to us, because in every news item that you do, somebody stole this, somebody did that. Yeah, but I don't know what really the president is doing, but I feel it is appreciative to some extent that a mistake was realized or something was noticed and changes have been done immediately. We've not waited on it. Yeah, so yeah, that's how I feel. But I'm excited to be here on PEPTALK with the rider herself.
I have another question for you, similar to the one that I've asked you. Now, how have you been since the last time we were podcasting here on PEPTALK?
How have I been? Definitely the answer that I would give, the only prudent answer that I can give is I am okay. Yeah, that is the only.
Aya changanua kwa njia ya matawi.
I cannot say that, I've been, everybody's broke. I'm also broke, but I've been okay. I've been okay. Vitu ziko
sawa.
Ni vile tunaona hivi karibuni tutaanza kutembea tukija kazi, kwa sababu bei ya mafuta imepanda na bei ya nauli pia hivi karibuni itaweza kupanda pia.
Na pia chai naona tutaanza kukunywa nini?
Dufia.
Hata dufia. Nagonga tu maji story ya beverages.
Unaona vile dinosaurs zili become extinct. Chai pia sijui watu wa Kakamega huko Shinyalo
sijui atakuwa wanafanya nini na over 40s wa kukunywa
kula kaukali alafu
unateremsha na chai. Sijui vile kutaenda,
lakini siunga ni GMO na GMO kuna kuaga na ka sugar test hivi. So ukikula ugali yako
fortification tera nani Prezo alisema fortification cost at a lower fortification cost. So kauna jijuko uko nje unafanya uko nje unafanya fortification. Tuangalie side ya sukari man.
It's not that I'm laughing at the head of state, but sometimes he also sets himself up for laughter. I remember that declaration that he gave about gas. Gas kuanzia June tutaleta gas ya 300 na 500. And the other day during the interview he was like, no, gas haishuki lakini hiyo mtungi.
Na kwa serious akola
we have our facts right. I love there is a famous film that I've seen online. Unaona hiyo mtungi ya gas vile inakuaga, it has been welded, imefunguliwa kamlango hapa. Unaona vile jike inakuaga na kamlango kwa kuregulate ukiweka makaa nini. So gas pia imekatwa hivyo. So anasipale kwa caption, unaona wakishukisha tu mitungi za gas, sasa ndio tutatunua tutengeneze jiko juu yake. Sad state of affairs.
Man. But all the same, hatuna option. Option ni kupambana tu. Because sasa utaketi alafu. And then watu bado wanasukuma life bado. In as much as things are going helter-skelter, I feel like we still have hiyo tu nini inaitangwa aje hiyo last nini elastic alan hiyo nguvu tu ya kupambana tu man, hata umesema vizuri ni pulling through, you're pulling literally.
but what I don't appreciate is one, and I'm not criticizing the government gotta do what it gotta do, but what I think is the most disheartening thing, what makes me feel sad most of the time, is that the citizenry has made to feel that there is nothing that we can do about it. That is the saddest point that I feel, because when you look at all these bills, they are supposed to pass through parliament, and them going through parliament, who elected the guys who are in parliament?
The citizens. And the
Kenyan constitution says that all sovereignty belongs to the people. So that means, and also the constitution says that when such bills or when there are propositions by any government agency that they want to effect onto the citizens, you can go to what is called public participation. When you look at what most of the things that people have been saying, who has participated in this bill and say, okay, everything is right, everything can pass. And I think it's not wachana na maandamano. But if we stood up as Kenyans and said in a single voice and said, this is going to be detrimental to every Kenyan, we do not support it, it will only be a cahoots government that would still go ahead and implement such laws that its citizens are saying this is not favorable for us.
It's true.
I will use a perfect example in France. The president there, Emmanuel Macron, was trying to sort of increase the years of when you're supposed to get your pension or retire, and the citizens were like, no, we're not having this. Like literally everybody went to the streets in France and said we are not having this, and they piled trash on the streets of, imagine walking through France, Paris, and there is trash cans and
the
trash
city
bags.
of love,
the city of love,
the country of hata si love, romance. Ukisikia mapenzi imekuwa hafifu, fika Paris, unarudi
utajazwa tena. So my argument basically is Kenyans, we should stop feeling as if we are vulnerable or our hands are tied. There is the aspects of what the government needs to do, but also there is some aspects that the government is overreaching.
Manze, hadi umenikumbusha like we are missing out on parliament proceedings. Unakumbuka, I know they are boring to some extent when they are overly done, but hizo parliament proceedings zenye unasikia una watch MPs waki, this one is shouting at this one is giving this
let me have
hadi tukatengenezewa nini, sijui kanaweza isema hiyo TV bunge TV.
Hiyo bunge TV ni crazy,
haina content. Kuna vitu zina discussiwa.
I think parliamentary proceedings are not supposed to be boring. Have you ever sat down and watched the South African parliament?
Nah, but I know what you're about to say.
Have you ever sat down and watched the South African parliament?
Nah, but I will, but I know what you're about to say.
What am I going to say?
Okay, we can proceed.
If you want to be demystified too, that parliament proceedings are not boring, just go watch the parliamentary proceedings of South Africa. Your minds shall be changed. But why I think why would our parliamentary proceedings be boring? We elected people who had money to give us. We did not question their debating capabilities. It is only a handful. I will not say that the whole parliament is full of people who cannot debate, but there is only a handful of people who can stand up in parliament and debate an issue, and you're like,
yes.
I'm not taking sides, but have you watched Edwin Sifuna debate on the floor? substance. You would say that this gentleman is spewing substance. I watched the senator for Kiambu some day back, and he was on the floor and he was debating. I'm like, okay, now this is some really fresh blood. You could really relate. You could literally sit down and listen to either you might not agree to what he's saying, but when you look at how he is putting forth his points, you'll be like, okay, he has got something to say. Another guy from Makueni, Governor Makueni, when he was the senator then, Mutula Kilonzo Jr., you would sit down and like, okay, he's saying something. And also there are the fanatics like Babu Wino. But when he decides to debate, man is debating. You get? And we do not have a handful of such people that would say, at 4 p.m., I will need to go to KBC and sit down. Do even KBC still bring these parliamentary proceedings?
Which ones? Hakuna content.
Yeah. So it's not that.
Man, me personally na feel changed. There's been a shift from our ilikuwa what parliament, hiyo parliament, our previous parliament na hii sasa. Like we used to see hadi una chill, unasikia today the president is going to be the one who is chairing the parliament. Not proceeding, but
it's called the national.
Yeah, hadi una feel, hadi una feel hiyo. Tukiambiwa tukue patriotic, hadi una feel.
When the national anthem is singing, you stand at
like this, hata huwezi hadi nzi, hadi ukiumwa mahali na uko tu uko. But anyways, I think that is the political side of this podcast. This pep talkers. And it's high time we get done with it because hiyo maneno ya politics, hiyo mtu apambane kivi yake.
You see,
okay, for now hapa kwa pep talk.
Let me tell you something, yeah. It is funny when we say wacha wafanye siasa zao huko. You know, siasa iko kila mahali. Yes, siasa. Have you tried the siasa that is in this organization as well? Have you tried it? The politics.
Hands up.
So it can either be damaging politics or constructive politics. And I think the conversation that we're supposed to move away from is politics is only for the politicians. It has to be with them. I think the sooner we get acclimatized and accustomed to politicking, that is the better that we build ourselves. Because even when you go back home and say that you are with Ango and you're talking about something, you'll be like, mimi usiniambie mimi sijui nini inaendelea. But as you're having a conversation, you might have a light bulb moment. You might say something that might be constructive to one another. So let us negate ourselves from saying, siasa ni ya wanasiasa tu. Siasa is at every level, but it depends at what degree you're playing it at.
All right.
Perspective changed, right?
Najua bado na internalize hapo kwa acclimatized and accustomed. Uliniacha hapo.
Come back.
Lakini ni sawa.
On to other news.
On to other news. What did you want to become when you grow up? The younger Alan, what did you want to become?
Oh my goodness, why are you asking?
I knew it. I knew it. I'll nita pierce.
Okay, without preempting where the conversation is headed. Growing up, I wanted to be a lawyer. Yeah.
Very nice.
I wanted to do law, but also the concept of selling came to me very like I was very cunning. So instead of wanting to be an entrepreneur, I said I wanted to be a shopkeeper. Yeah. But from day one, when I understand then why I said I wanted to be a shopkeeper, I realized it was entrepreneurship. But whenever I would go to school, whenever I did literature English in high school, and I would always find.
Kwani ulikuwa nini?
Nilikuwa?
Group of schools, Britain, whatever.
No.
Juu nasema literature English. Ama English ni English, si tulifanya yote.
Nyinyi mlienda kwenye mlienda na sisi tulienda.
Ni sawa. Ni sawa, watu wa secondary schools high.
na high schools.
Na high schools.
Na Montessori. So my mom used to think I am going cuckoo because I would create scenarios in my head and I would argue them outrightly. Like you would find me arguing, like talking, thinking out things and everything. Yeah, so I wanted to be a lawyer. Yeah.
And then to break it down, like hadi na feel kanini, maybe there's someone out there who is watching you na alitaka kukuwa lawyer but things happened na kwa mahali ako. Talk to that person.
Wali tunapatanisha watu na ndoto zao.
Wezi jua.
Well, it is I honestly do not one thing, I think I still have a bone in me to be a lawyer because even when I went to journalism school, I was so much compelled to media law as compared to other to other units in my journalism studies. So probably one day I would transit into law, and what I tell myself, I feel my work is done in journalism. I want to transit into international relations, and as I transit into that, probably I will find aspects of law into international relations. So yeah, but as I said, I was cunning. I sort of, things happened here and there, did not finish high school on time, dropped out a couple of times, went back. By the time I was going back, Mandem was thinking about money. Yeah, Mandem was thinking about money and thinking about having to sit in class for 5 years. I was like, hell no. Hell no.
Awesome. But na still kukuchekelea kidogo.
When you were growing up, what did you want to be?
I also wanted to become a lawyer, imagine.
Why are you copying me?
I'm not copying you. Adi niko na witnesses wenye niko na.
Mama Nyambura and her sister, if you're watching,
they know how it broke my heart. To
Max zilikata.
Si Max zilikata.
Ni school fees.
Wacha mimi nipeane story yangu. So now, I had always wanted to become a lawyer. And I wanted to become a lawyer, nifanye law, usikie huyo msichana alikuwa na passion. A good example of a passionate
lawyer.
A passionate girl. And nilikuwa nataka kuwa lawyer. And I wanted to do law first, and then nikimaliza nifanye journalism because nilikuwa na watch Kanzedena tangu nikiwa ka small girl. Nilikuwa na admire vile ana acha tu.
And the girl's dreams were quashed. What happened? Where did the rain start beating you? And you started with journalism instead of law.
Instead of law. Na feelingi maybe hata mimi at some point in life naweza jaribu hiyo nini line route ya law. But sahi ama after nianze journalism ndo nilikuwa like hey Nyambura, congratulations, you're making good choices in your life. What happened was najua mahali unataka na hata mimi ninakupatia kwa kipimo, sikupatii juice yote. So now the university that I went to, it was not my first choice. It was not even
to go to the
kitu iko na the.
Actually, congratulations to your win, ranked as the only is it African university or Kenyan university in the top list of 2000 best universities in the world. After
kuweka watu 20 years.
Hiyo hawajui.
Okay,
nimetengeneza list hawajui.
Hawajui hiyo.
They only know about the education quality.
Mimi najua watu tulitoka na wao.
What happened?
So now hiyo story ya inaitangwa KUSIPS. KUPS. Nikaitwa university yenye mimi ilikuwa like
Dedan Kimathi. I'm not saying Dedan Kimathi is a bad university.
Unapeana story yangu.
I have to give examples.
It's not a bad one.
What university was it?
Sisemi.
Where?
So now ilikuwa like ikishindikana kabisa, like that was my last choice. Mimi sikuwa nataka. Sikuwa nataka simply because iko karibu na home, so nilikuwa na feel
you did that Kimathi hiyo. And agriculture alafu unaenda kusoma law huko.
So jamani, wacha hata niseme umeniingililia na Dedan Kimathi sana. Hai ni JKUAT.
Oh, okay.
Hai we miona hapo hiyo shimo unataka kuniweka, acha nijitoe mapema. Yeah, mimi siko nataka kwenda JKUAT. Nilikuwa feel naionanga kila siku
ukienda home
nikiishia, so sitaki kwenda huko.
Sita feel ni kama uko uni.
Sita feel ni kama na watu wamefeel impact ya Nyambu kwenda uni. Si nini ikakuja kupsikaleta maneno yake.
Yeah. JKUAT.
Na sijua hata mbona nilikuwa nimejaza journalism JKUAT. But mimi nilikuwa na nilipiga research sawa nikijaza law
LLB.
Na inakuwa hadi sijui naweza kumbuka hiyo code. That is how passionate I was. Hizo codes tatu za kwanza law alafu second choice JKUAT. I think nilikuwa nimechukua food science because I was good at home science, in home science. ni gani fit ya kuweka hapo preposition? In art I was good in home science.
Yeah, I think
in home science. At home science. Okay,
whatever case it may be.
Yeah, I think nilikuwa nimechoose food science. Cause nilikuwa na feel okay, ikidinda hii ikigonga mwamba hii side nyingine ni sawa, I can do home science, it's okay. And kuna kitu nilikuwa nataka kuambia but nimesahau anyway. So me
where did you want to do the law? Ni university gani ulikuwa umechagua?
The University of Nairobi.
Sorry.
And then my desk mate's mom akakujanga siku nyingine kwa meeting before form 4 mtalk, I think before mchague hizo nini. Akatuambia msichague Nairobi University, hiyo mtakaa shule. Mtaenda kuishi shule, watu wamalize, nyinyi mtabaki huko shule. So niko na feel hata kama mama na kurespect aje, imagine you're shutting my dreams because mimi I'm working very hard niende the University of Nairobi. I still chose it anyway, niko like kaende sana hata kama so nikaitwa JKUAT. I didn't know at the time that JKUAT main campus hawana law. Law iko Karen. Manze. So mi hata sikufurahia ati nimeitwa university, hata nilikuwa nimepita cause nimeitwa yenye siku anataka. Hii najua hapa mzazi ni yeni time anafike
lazima ufanye fujo.
Anyway, tukaenda, we agreed tukifika huko ni kuchange course.
Until when the induction, ni induction ama ni introduction?
The first question tukifika huko ni kuchange course. It happened that I had a cousin mwenye alikuwa huko main campus, but before sisi to join there was a strike, so the school was closed. So hata hiyo chance ya kwenda kuuliza hizo maswali I didn't have. Siku ya kureport haraka fast. Swali ya kwanza ni gani? Mama Nyambu na baba Nyambu, swali ya kwanza ni gani? Sisikii vizuri. Repeat. Kuchange tufanye law. So we went. Ilikuwa heartbreak after heartbreak. Nini law iko Karen. So mzai yako like we kwanza tuacha kwanza uko registered shule. Watik that yes tulichukua huyo msichana and she's with us now, and then wewe utapambana vile utachange ukiwa kwa system ya JKUAT. Na even ndivyo my dreams were shattered. But all the same, I think I enjoy journalism more because I have friends when you walichukua law sidhani ningevest make kupikio nini. Kupikio magnitude yenye law inataka at the moment hiyo time sidhani. I enjoyed journalism more. Umemention nini media law. Hey, media law na ilitutandika viboko personally. I had to extremely work hard. Nipate good grade ya media law. So I think it was a nini. It was a yes, a wake up call that Nyambu ungeenda huko.
But you see, you're limiting yourself. You've never tried, so how would you know? How would you know that you'd fail on it? Because everything starts. Nothing starts on a plateau.
Yeah, na ndio maana tulimesema in the course of this life we might try and jungle kwenda hiyo route ya law. I still feel like that. I still feel that I'm capable. Najiaminia, but sasa ni ile hapo kuanza hapo chini si mchezo, si jokes. I'm still happy in this space, very happy. Very happy.
How did it feel to go with that kina crazy kina to school? Mnaambiwa follow our YouTube channel.
Wacha tu.
Nyinyi ndio mnasambaza content.
Kwanza we have a back story with not Crazy Kena. Okay, Crazy Kena kako lakini si juicy kama one of the actors. Bushra. Not Bushra, Shiro. Guy. Lakini hadi nilisema nitamkumbusha. Nitamkumbusha Shiro. Ni sawa tu lakini ai simchomei hapa man.
Okay.
Lakini kako
mtafurahia maisha tu. Let's help the viewer because I believe just as you say when you're probing me to say that I might be helping somebody there who is watching, let's also help them with your story. How did you make peace? Because there are people who never make peace. Yeah, they're like, oh, I am a failure. You know, I wrote these things down. I have to hold myself accountable to myself. How did you go beyond you wanting to do law and say, okay, probably there is a reason as to why this all happened?
Yeah. So number one, I think it narrows down to
Daro haikuwaga hizi.
Ni sawa tu basi. It narrows down to
ndio kaisema
pole. Nisijiume ulimi. What wewe mwenyewe unapenda.
Yeah.
Because nakumbuka nilikuwa nimejaza actuarial science. But nilijaza juu ina feel fancy. Actuarial unafanya course gani? Actuarial science. But hata sijui inahusu nini. Kwanza afterwards nasikia inahitaji madhafu. Kole wacha tu nifanye food science. Yeye naelewa inahusu nini.
Shakura.
Hapo watu wengi huwa hawanini. Tukosanangi. Lakini yeah, like I said, it narrows down to kile wewe unapenda. Yeah. You see, like myself, nilikuwa nataka kufanya law. Sana. But still, I wanted to do journalism nikiwa after nime graduate from law.
So either way, the apple did not.
Yeah. Najiulizanga sometimes kama singefanya journalism by the way.
What would you have done?
Ningefanya nini? Imagine journalism pekee because nilikuwa na feel kutoka kitambo like nataka kujua feedway inatokaje kwa kamera inatufikia sisi kwa TV. Hiyo studio kwani iko na cables zinakaaje?
You've raised something very funny. If I did not do journalism, what would I have done? I think I would have been. It would go back to business. I would be a salesperson.
Ara mika ninge damu ya Kikuyu nayo Alan. I think hata mimi
ningewauzia hewa.
Sijui kasinge like ni school journalism.
Yeah.
Aki hata sijui ningefanya nini. Yenye ingenifanya ni feel comfortable. Yenye ingenifanya ni feel me. Like that's me. I think
I can imagine nikifinya jicho moja hivi nikipiga shindano kwa Jumeni veterinary doctor.
Wa AI.
That's a violation to my human rights.
Watu wengine wananiambianga ati nakaa daktari. Not even kuka. Even TikTok has told me that. My nini followers. My followers wangu wa nini wenye hawaniachiliangi. Those two things for TikTok that you do ati what does he face inakaa which profession.
Are those things for real?
Zingine zinakwambia nashanganga inajuanga aje, and people have told me that a couple of times because sijui hata inakuanga aje. Mimi ukiniambia uko na shida fulani not shida fulani, ukiniambia uko mgonjwa unaumwa na kichwa,
karibu nianze kuambia mashida zangu zote.
Si shida zote, si shida fulani. Ukiniambia uko sick, I recommend nini doses. Na mse ananiambia na feel mse ananiambia I feel better. Ama namwambia sijui, those things are interesting to me. Ananiambia nime discover that some pains we have in our bodies, for example headaches, it's a matter of some nerves. You just massage some nerves. Hala nukicheka unafanya nikae daktari kienyeji. Stories za jaba.
Akili mtu yangu.
Akiwalai, ukiumwa na kichwa, ebu let me do this for my followers and fellow PEPTALKers. Ukiumwa na kichwa, una massage huku na hapa katikati ya your thumb and your nini, inaitwa what finger? Hapa hivi. Ukimassage hapa na hapa.
Hivi.
Hapa una massage hapa. Hivi. Una massage hapa katikati.
Sasa kidole na kichwa.
You try, you'll thank me. Wallahi tena.
Daughter of Mumbi.
Hiyo nini?
Hiyo connect us to our ancestors.
Physique ya mtu, a human being. Problems nyingi zinaletangwa na nini? Nerves. Your nervous system iko na,
so my nervous system iko connected hapa.
Ya kichwa iko hapa. Aki ni ukweli Alan. Daktari Nyambu. Wewe.
If you went to Dedan Kimathi, I don't have anything against you. Yeah,
na walikufanyia nini mtu wa Dedan Kimathi mmoja ulikosea Alan? Ulichoma fea ukaenda Dedan Kimathi. Ukapata ni kuchezwa.
Dedan Kimathi
ukaichukia.
Agriculture and Technology University.
Inakuwa fiti sana na hizo courses za sciences.
True.
Alafu iko huko mahali raw materials ziko. Unajua sasa ukiweka the university uweke sciences, hakuna nini raw materials za kufanya experiments, hakuna.
But these wako na nini? Wako na campuses across Kenya. So probably,
lakini mimi sinataka kusomea the. Sitaki kusomea nini?
Subsidiaries of the. Okay. Take away from today's conversation.
Na feel hadi nika nimekuinterview. Alan, I have something to tell you, something very interesting. So, it's a personal experience. I know you love those ones. But sifungu nakuambia nakupatia 1%. So now there was someone who followed me on Instagram last week.
Ali DM. Akaingia DMs.
Yes.
Mbona watu waingia DMs zangu?
Nilikwambia lakini acha niache kufungua. So now akani DM and then nakuanga nimeweka nini unaona kwa highlights. You remember by the way, PEPTALK is 1 year guys. Najua Alan hajui hivyo.
Okay, continue.
Kai tumecelebrate. I thought ingekuwa like wow, 1 year. Uko tu bure ha. PEPTAK is 1 year. Nakumbuka tukianza na setting kali.
Kwa kali. Lakini interpreter walisema hapana magoti zitaumia.
But walikuwa na enjoy. Walikuwa na bishania nani Wednesday asubuhi because of the vibe, because of the.
Let me correct myself. It wasn't an interpreter thing. Kila mtu alikuwa tunasema.
Hakuna. Nini tu ilifika mahali. But we are coming back now that we are a year older.
Yeah, we are better.
Yeah, so since those times I've had those 2 highlights.
Yeah.
Nimeweka auto 2 moments kwa highlights. Pale niki Alan Herbert. But then I've tagged you many times than you have. Lakini si beef. Si beef, niko tu sawa. Imwaka staki nini. I've chosen to be extremely happy with anything. Hata kama
vegetarian, you don't want beefs.
Kuna mtu alisema yeye ni vegetarian na ako kwa set. Alafu atuone tukinofua minofu yako. So now the story is alienda akani stalk. Cause hadi nilimuuliza kwani ulienda kuni stalk? Bro, okay, ni bro. Ulienda kuni stalk.
I was about to ask male or female, then I was like, Alan, hold on,
atajiseti tu sahi. Yeah, it's a bro.
Without a father ado.
And then akaniuliza unakwanga TV host. Nikamwambia me, I'm a producer stroke director. And he's like, hey, I'm so privileged to meet such a famous person like you. Kwa like sasa hii imetokea wapi? Sikuwa najua already ameni stalk. Kwa like kwa like ni sawa basi if I'm famous, but I think in a few years nitakuwa sasa hiyo famous yenye unataka kumake. Yeah, more famous. So he's like, no, you should appreciate the chance that you have. Nini, hey, story mob. Akaniambia, and then sasa on top of all of that, which was the last statement, akasema, and I saw you being interviewed. Like, yeah, ulienda hadi kwa YouTube. Hey, jama, bro. Hey, hadi nime-congratulate on air. Si rahisi.
The girl child was touched.
Imagine, yeah, and he was touched by our last episode.
Which episode is that?
Episode yenye tuliongelelea nini? Our last episode was about your resolutions. Where are you at with your New Year resolutions? And being your authentic self, living life as your authentic self. Yeah, he was like, whew, you touched my soul, you famous girl. Aya, na si huyo peke yake. Kuna, two comments, even personal comments. We are inspiring people on this podcast.
Share some.
But we are doing a good job.
Well, it was.
Yeah, so whenever you feel like I'm pushing you to open up more, upatiane koka story will inspire somebody out there.
You're doing it for your fans.
you don't know who is watching. You don't know, yeah.
We appreciate all of you, and we don't take you all for granted.
Yes. Our fans, Adi nani, Chris Mololo, he's one of our biggest fan.
Christopher.
Yeah, he watches us. Hey, like no man's business.
That man from 1st to 31st, that man is in a suit.
Manze. And
how Christopher, how
passion, loving what you
The best I can try is a Monday morning, and in the afternoon the tie is off.
But it's in the recent times that you have changed. Sijui ni nini. Haukuwa hivyo.
Bad influence.
Haukuwa hivyo.
Bad influence.
Nah, it's a good influence. Being easy sometimes. You know, ukikuwa in a suit 24/7, hey, becoming approachable inaanza kukua. Hey, mtu anaanza unapanga laini before uingie kwa mlango, uko like, good morning, so Sasa unaona, lakini ukiwa hivyo ai mtu ana oya
Kimeni.
uoza and then ulikuwa nataka kuomba pesa, conversation inakuwa easy than kwenda kuomba mtu ako na suti ataku sis.
Unadhani kuvaa suti ni rahisi?
Yeah, si rahisi.
Alright, congratulations to us for a whole year. If we've given you value, karibuni sana, and we hope to continue doing this. I hope stories za leo zimeisha.
From my side, yes. I think hizo ndizo maswali nilikuwa nataka kukuuliza.
Alright, thank you very much. Nyambura opened it up. I will close it up. Thank you very much for being a part of the show from around 7 a.m. up until now. I have been your host, Alan Herbert, joined by Nyambura MBUGUA, and send in those messages to congratulate us for a whole year. On sign language interpretation has been Jerida Wafula alongside Gideon Minor. Let's see you tomorrow on Thursday. Same time, same place, same faces as well. Good morning, and do have a beautiful Wednesday.